Gabriel Raul is 12 years old. He suffers from epilepsy, autism, and retardation.
And about a month and a half after we had moved Pancha into our house there in Lower Manadero, this little Oaxacan woman came walking down the street, and she looked in the gate and she says, "Do you guys take handicapped children?" She says, "Well, I know where there's a little boy who's locked in an animal cage, and he's been there for almost 7 years." And Renee turned and looked at me and says, "Can I go see what this is about?" And I said, "Yeah, you better go see what he might need some medical help."
I took a Mexican lady with me that is actually Oaxacan also, and for moral support. And we went up on the mountain, and Raul was kept in a little dark box, like a building. But a cage would have been nice, you know. When you think of a chicken cage or a chicken coop, it's wire and it has air. This was completely enclosed boards with no windows, and completely dark when the door was closed. And it had a dirt floor. They put him in a feed sack at night and tied it around his neck. That was his blanket. And also a way of containing him when he had seizures. Because I asked the mother, she showed me a flattened box that was a medicine box. And it was actually a box for Dilantin, which is a seizure drug. And I said, "Have you been giving him this?" And she said, "Not for several months because we didn't have any money." So I said, "Then he's been having seizures?" And she said, "Oh yes, he has 2 or 3 a day." And he has little scars all over his head where he has fallen during seizures and cut himself. His family gave me him and his birth certificate and his baptismal candle in about 5 minutes and said, "He's yours."
I had no idea that she was going to come home with this kid, but she did. And then I'm still in the position where I didn't want to raise any more kids now. I don't want to raise any more kids. I'm 50 years old. I've got my kids are gone now. I'm fine. I want to go fishing, and I just want to mish a little while here, you know, play my saxophone and play some music and talk about the Lord and just do that kind of stuff is what I wanted to do. And she asked me if I'd get in the car and go with her, and I did, and she took me up on the mountain where little Raulito, as Gabriel, lived, and she showed me the cage he was living in. And I turned to her with big tears in my eyes, and I said, "Well, he can't never go back there. So I guess maybe we're going to have to keep him." And she said, "Yeah, I guess we are, honey."
The miracle of Gabriel Raul is that he walks up to you every once in a while and gives you a hug, and you feel like you've just received a gift.
Yeah. We now have permanent custody of Gabriel Raulito. We haven't adopted him, but he's ours. We've got legal lawyers, paperwork with notary and everything. So he's with us forever, as long as he needs to be.